Hey everyone, James here from JVC Paints. Welcome back to the channel. Today I've got a pretty big video for you guys, a big Ancients update for you guys. I finally finished my Republican Roman army in 28mm. Most of the figures here are from Victrix. There are 3 divisions. I've built it for Hail Caesar. So because there are so many miniatures and some of the stuff you've seen before, I'm going to put some timestamps below, and I'm going to go by division, I guess, and just take some snaps and talk you through the figures and maybe some of the painting and some of the issues I had putting them together. So let's check them out. Here's the first division of the army. It's an infantry division. These are Victrix miniatures. There are 60 miniatures here, including the command stand. I did these about a year ago. First up, we've got the Velites here. They're the skirmishers. There were a couple of wolf pelts. I only did put them on the sort of leader here. I endeavored to do the back of the shields. Also gave him a red shield, just so I know who the leader was. So there's 14 of them. This is a top view. Tried to give him some bits and different equipment. I'd probably run them in 2 groups of 7, though, I think is best. Here's the first rank and file unit. These are the Principe. I've given the senatorial stripe to the leader there. I messed up here, though. These are the first guys I did. I have the bodies angled in the wrong way. I've got them facing forward, like their chests are forward as opposed to their shoulders. But they came out okay. Here are the sort of the command. Like I said, we've got the senatorial stripe on the leader there, and we've got the musician as well as the standard bearer. Next up, we have another rank and file unit here. This is the Triarii. I corrected the positioning of the bodies. You can see here they're shoulder first instead of face forward. And I did not try to do anything with the shields. I just went with a straight color. There was no way I was going to try and paint a bunch of uniform shields. Here's the command, just to give you an idea what they look like. And then you had an extra command sprue, so I made the division commander here. I gave him the crimson tunics, and I did a little bit more with the shields, as you can see. But yeah, it turned out pretty well. So that was about a year ago. Let's take a look at the cavalry next. This is the Victrix Republican Roman cavalry set. There are 16 guys here. I've got 3 squadrons of 5 and the division commander. They've had their own video before as well. So there's something a little up the top there should pop up there for you if you want to go check it out in a little bit more detail. Yeah. Basically, one unit here I kind of did a little bit differently. I left the plumes off, and I gave them the full command with the musician and the standard bearer, just for fun, I guess. And then the other ones here, as you can see, I went a bit more historically accurate with the capes and the plumes on the helmets and the style of the helmets that the cavalry would be wearing at that time. Painting the horses was okay. One thing I will say I remember is that certain riders will sit on certain horses, so you're kind of locked into the positioning of which guy is on which horse. Now here for the commander, unfortunately the size of the shield I was not able to get a shot of his face, but here I gave him a senatorial stripe, and I went with the white horse just for fun. Next up, we have the last division. This is the most recently finished division. It's an infantry division. Again, we've got Victrix's Republican Romans. A little bit different, though, this time. Instead of doing Velites, I've decided to make those guys into Hastati. So here they are, the Hastati. I had enough shields left over, so I went with them. They've chucked their spears and their pilum, so they've got their swords drawn. They're ready to take on the enemy. This is a smaller 18-man unit, and I went with red and white to sort of offset the colors of the Triarii and the Principe. What would a Republican army be without uniformity? So here's another group of Principe. They look exactly the same as the other Principe. I've got their stance corrected here. They're facing the shoulder first. You can see here in the back, I made my own movement tray, and I've left enough space there in case the pilum sort of bump into the other guy. But all in all, they came out pretty well. I think I like the weathering on the shields here. I think that they came out and they look like a really good unit. Next up, we have the Triarii rounding out this division. There's 21 figures in this unit. I endeavored to use every single figure in this set, so I have no extra guys left over or anything like that. Here we have the Eagle's Eye view. You can see the 3 ranks of 7 there. Again, I endeavored to just weather the shields a little bit to give them a bit more realistic feel, I should say, and I did not try to do anything crazy trying to paint them. And then here we've got the back view. You can see how I've got them all lined up. Rounding out the division is the general, the officer here. This is the Warlord Games Scipio limited edition figure. I bought this about a year ago. I wanted to make sure I had the whole division finished before I started tackling this guy. So he was the last. These were the last figures I did for the army, basically, I just followed the colors that that they had on the website. I just looked it up on the internet and said okay, and I just followed it the best I could. We've got the guy giving the auspices here. I did non-metal, as you can see on the tool he has in his hand, and I just followed the same thing I followed with the dove on the face. But there weren't that many colors on it, he turned out pretty well. I did him first, and then I tackled Scipio on the horse, and I did non-metal on the horse's accoutrement and the cuirass of Scipio. And I can't really decide if he looks more like the $6 Million Man or Gil Gerard from Buck Rogers. Wrapping up the video, we have the 3 command stands here. Thank you very much for checking out the army, guys. If you have any comments or questions or anything, shoot them down in the comments below. Thanks very much for checking out the video. I do have some more Ancients in the pipeline here for this year that are very, very close to being finished. And of course, I always have some bold action on the go. So thanks very much, guys. Have a good one. Keep those brushes moving. And like, comment, subscribe. Nailed it. And talk to you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.